So we have seen about chemical bonding and periodic classifications. When you see the chemical bonding, it may say the explanation of particular compound. So when you say the group of compound, we say that it is a matter. Single and group. Single is known as a molecule or atom. Group of molecule or group of atom together, whatever it may be, say it is a matter. So you know that three states of matter are there: solid, liquid and gases. So which decide that states of matter? Why does the states of matter different? Which make that different in states of matter? Nothing but it is a intermolecular force of attraction. So we know that each and every particle, all the matter is made up of particle. Particles are small. Particles have spaces between them. Particles have attraction between each other, and particles are continuously moving. So this only decide the states of matter. If the particles are very close, it is known as solid. If particles are little apart with a less space, that is known as liquid. If the particles are too far away and there is a more space between, it is known as gaseous state. So these only particles are very close to each other, it is solid state. So these decide the states of the matter. So we know that intermolecular forces are the forces of attraction and repulsion between interacting particles, atoms or molecules. This term does not include the electrostatic forces that exist between two oppositely charged ions and the forces that hold the atoms of a molecule together, that is covalent bond. So attractive intermolecular forces are known as van der Waals forces. So this was honored by scientist Johannes van der Waals, who explained the deviation of real gases from an ideal behavior through these forces. So only a few elements can participate in hydrogen bond formation. Therefore, it is treated as separate category. So only highly electronegative atom can combine with hydrogen. So it is a very important point to note that attractive forces between an ion and a dipole are known as ion dipole forces. So these are not van der Waals forces. Now let us see this dipole forces. What is dipole forces? When you see this, there are three main reasons for the intermolecular interaction. There is dipole interaction, dipole induced dipole interaction and London forces. London force is nothing but it is a dispersion force. So first let us see dipole interaction. If the electronic charge distribution in a molecule is not symmetrical, that is positive and negative centers are created in the molecule. For example, HCl molecule is an example. Chlorine, being more electronegative than hydrogen, draws the bond pair electrons closer to itself, resulting in a partial negative charge at chlorine and partial positive charge at hydrogen. So this already we have seen in previous lesson, correct? Both are negative charge, but hydrogen, chlorine is being a atom, it highly electro negative atom, then hydrogen, it pull the hydrogen towards chlorine, so hydrogen turns to positive, chlorine turns to negative. So therefore polar, and there is a dipole moment associated with it. When two hydrogen chloride molecules approach each other, they may experience a repulsive or an attractive forces depending on their relative orientation. When the dipole come close in a mutual attractive orientation, they have lower energy because they have expended energy in coming close to each other. However, there is a greater tendency to pass into a state of lower energy. Hence, when two polar molecules come close, they are more often in a mutually attractive orientation, resulting in a net attractive forces. Because of the attractive interaction is the result of energy is inversely proportional to the distance between the molecules. So what happens when two polar molecules come close? They show attraction as well as repulsion. When attraction comes near, when it is two negative charges of two molecules come closer. Opposite charges are occur, that time attraction occur. Similar charge come closer, that time repulsion occur. So a special type of intermolecular attractive dipole-dipole interaction is a hydrogen bond. A hydrogen bond is generally present if a hydrogen atom is bonded to a highly electronegative atom such as fluorine, oxygen and nitrogen. For example, very strong hydrogen bond are present in hydrogen fluoride. Other common example of substances with strong hydrogen bond are water and ammonia. Next one is ion dipole interaction. Ions, so there will be a dipole between the ions. This is the attraction between an ion and a polar molecule. That is, when sodium chloride is dissolved in water, sodium chloride change into a solution, being water being a polar, dissolve sodium chloride. So when it dissolve, what happened? Polar water molecules are attracted towards sodium as well as chloride ion. So when you put sodium chloride in a water, sodium chloride dissociates into sodium and chlorine. So each and every sodium atom is surrounded by a polar molecule, that is water. In such a way, chlorine also surrounded by a polar molecule, water. So this is known as ion dipole interaction. The next one is ion induced dipole interaction. So sometime non-polar also behave as a polar compound. That time what happened? It is getting induced. So a non-polar molecule may be polarized by the presence of an ion near it. So when ions are present near it, polar non-polar molecule also can be behave as a polarized. That is, it becomes an induced dipole. So a non-polar molecule may be polarized by the presence of an ion near it. That is, it becomes an induced dipole. Example, if you see that iodine is a molecule, it is not a polarized molecule. So what happened? That iodine convert into polar when in the presence of nitrate ion. So in the presence of nitrate ion, iodine molecule which is non-polar get polarized. So next one, dipole induced dipole interaction. When a molecule come close to a polar molecule, its electrons are drawn towards the side that faces the positive end of the polar molecule and repelled from the side near negative end of the polar molecule. Thus, an opposite polarity is induced in a molecule adjacent to a polar molecule. Because of opposite polarity, there is attraction between two molecules. This is called the induction effect. What do you mean by induction effect? Opposite polarity is induced in a molecule adjacent to a polar molecule. Because of opposite polarity, there is an attraction between two molecules. This is called an induction effect. Between two polar molecules, induction effect act as an addition to the orientation effect. For example, if you take this permanent dipole with A and B, another one non-polar molecule will be near to the polar molecule. So what happened? Now this non-polar also act as a polar because of induced. So that is known as dipole induced pole dipole interaction. The next one is London forces. London force is nothing but dispersion forces. What happened? The orientation and induction affects the explanation, the attraction between polar molecules, but are no significance in the case of non-polar molecules. So the electrons in a molecule are in constant motion and are continuously changing their position related to the nucleus, correct? So the electrons are not stationary, it is keep on moving according to their relative position of the nucleus, it is keep on changing. At any instant, the electron distribution around the nucleus is not perfectly. So we know that because of that different shapes are occurring. At any instant, the electron distribution around the nucleus is not perfectly symmetric, giving rise to an instantaneous dipole moment. Because of that, one certain dipole moment is occurring. So these temporary dipole induces dipole in adjacent molecules, resulting in attraction between them. This attractive forces is called London force. It is also called as dispersion force. It was discovered by Fritz London. Because this instantaneous dipole are responsible for the dispersion of light by the molecules. This is only attractive intermolecular forces that operates at a large distances between neutral atom and is the major attractive force between non-polar molecules. Without it, noble gases could not have been explained in liquid form. So the London force became stronger as the atom becomes larger. So the London force between helium atom is very weak. The helium atom has only 2 electrons, both in 1s orbital closest to the molecules. That it is the 1s orbital is close to the nucleus. So they are very strongly attracted by the nucleus. Also, the 1s orbital is very small and the electrons do not have much space to move it. For an asymmetrical charge distribution, the 2 electrons must come closer, but this is improbable because of the repulsion between the electrons. The London forces are weak and have very short range. They act only between portion of molecules in close contact, that is between the surface of molecules. Hence, the larger the molecular surface area, greater the forces. The London forces or the forces due to the orientation effect and induction effect are collectively called the van der Waals forces. Their relative importance depend upon the dipole moment of the molecules. In general, greater the number of electrons and further the outermost electron from the nucleus, the stronger are the London forces between the atoms. Therefore, London forces are much stronger between xenon atom than between helium atom. So their relative importance depend upon dipole moment of the molecules. The induction effect is always very small for nonpolar molecules, or for polar molecules A small dipole moments of London forces are strongest. When the dipole moment is appreciable, the orientation effect may supersede the dispersion effect. So when you see this diagram, symmetrical distribution of electronic charge cloud. So an atom A with instantaneous dipole, more electron density on the right hand side, atom B with induced dipole, because of that atom B is getting dipole. So an atom more electron density on the left hand side, atom B with induced dipole. So this type of force is known as London forces between atoms. Thermal energy. Thermal energy is the energy of the body arising from motion of its atoms or molecules. It is directly proportional to the temperature of the substance. It is the measure of average kinetic energy of the particles of the matter and is thus responsible for movement of particles. This movement of particles is called thermal motion. Intermolecular forces versus thermal interaction. Because of this thermal energy, there will be a change in intermolecular forces of attraction. For example, gas is there. If you condense the gas, gas will change to liquid, and if you more condense, it will change to solid. At the same time, if you heat the solid, solid turns to liquid and liquid turns to gas. So because of this only, existence of three states of matter is occur. When molecular interactions are very weak, molecules do not cling together to make the liquid or solid unless thermal energy is reduced by lowering the temperature. Gases do not liquefy on compressed only, although molecules come very close to each other and intermolecular forces operate to the maximum. So you can read this all the points. It is there in your textbook, page number 132, 33, 34 and 35. Go through these points.